Welcome to my humble abode. I am Yorkie the Tale Spinner, taking you back to Galarian for more of the tale. Whispers of Darkness. Let's go. When last we left it, heroine, if we can call her that, had approached the maze with Wendwag, Amelia, and was about to approach the maze, but we had to sleep overnight. Wendwag, Camellia, and Sela. Let's first of all gather supplies. Finally, someone from the surface, said Horgus. He was beginning to lose hope. An elderly man in expensive but not ostentatious clothes approached you. His face is peppered with several healed cuts and wounds, twisted an expression of extreme discomfort. Allow me to introduce myself. My name is Horgus Gwyrm. Yes, that Gwyrm. No doubt heard of me. Spent any time at all in the city. I have a business proposition for you. I have not spent time in the city, but I don't care who you are. What kind of business? I don't know what is happening on the surface right now, but I'm determined to find out. You have no intention of seeing out the rest of your days in this village, I suspect. We must find a route back to the surface, to the city, if there's anything left of it. I can't tell what kind of training you had, but since you managed to get all the way here with your bare hands, it must have been something special. You are strong. It will be no trouble for you. But I, alas, am not as fit as I once was. I can't go crawling about through caves, playing at scout. My proposition is simple. Lead me back to the city and I shall pay you 1,000 gold coins. I suggest we help this man. It is good to have friends among the Calabri's elite, says Camellia. 2,000 gold. August's gaze is piercing. Are you taking advantage of my dire circumstance? Very well, make it 2,000. There's no point saying money first, we're down a pit. Splendid. In the meantime, I shall sit here in the village. I suppose I should ask who he is. You truly are freshly arrived in the city then? Yes. You couldn't have picked a worse time, that's for certain. Only just arrived and the city's been razed to rubble. You should know that you are looking at one of the richest and most distinguished men in Canabres. I may not be as well known as certain swaggering loudmouths who spend their lives traipsing from one ball to the next. But the Gwyrm Trading Company is one of the pillars of the city, I'll have you know. Did you see the marquees in the square? I paid for those. Tried any festival delicacies? You have August Gwyrm to thank for that. How'd you end up here? But won't Hogg's eyes focus on Camellia before his gaze returns to you. Like everyone else down, I went when that accursed beast will cleave the ground in twain beneath our feet. Lucky I didn't break my neck in the fall. And I'm doubly lucky that I didn't encounter any subterranean cockroaches on my blind wanderings, and instead came across hunters from this settlement. Although I must say, when I first glimpsed their physiognomies, my life flashed before my very eyes, but they turned out to be decent chaps, frightening to look at, but able to keep a bargain. Don't speak very kindly of the mongrels, even though they saved your life. Kind words of a people with hours to fritter away on pleasantries. August Gwyrm speaks his mind, and it pays for services rendered, not with kind words, hard coin. I gave the mongrels my dagger in exchange for their help. Its handle is worth more than their whole village. What are they going to trade it with? We have to go. Go on. Don't forget our agreement. When you find a way out, be sure to tell me. Fine. Little loot. And there. Looks like a Nevia there. August. This tragedy may not have happened if he had spent less time surveilling on his citizens and more time tracking the real spies and demon worshippers. Brilliant idea. How come I didn't think of it? Now, if only the cultists would tell us they were cultists, then we wouldn't have to waste time investigating honest citizens who decide to go all cloak and dagger right under our noses. August and Anivia, bits of distance apart, sniping at one another in an idle fashion that testifies to their long acquaintance and mutual dislike. When they notice you, they quickly fall silent. Anivia, how's the leg? The girl scrunched up her nose. Well, it hasn't fallen off yet, so that's good. They bandaged me up all nice and smeared some kind of stinking stuff on the wound. So it looks like I'm going to live. I'd wait a day and I'll be right as rain, so I'm waiting. What do you think is happening at the city now? Perhaps the city is no more. If Discari himself appeared, there's no telling how bad things are. Can you hold off on writing your obituaries just yet? The city's full of fights, and besides that, it's barely a stone's throw from Nerosian. I think our people will hold on long enough for reinforcements to come from the Queen. This ain't Discari's home turf. He's gonna have to retreat or else fight off a whole Mendevian army. Given how easily dispatched a dragon, I'm not entirely sure that would be hard. What do you think of the mongrels? I thought they were just a story, the sort of thing drunks in taverns would come out with. Now I discover the truth. Well, what can I possibly think of them? The poor creatures are most unfortunate. Their face and their minds so deformed, it's a miracle they're even alive. The part that boggles my mind is that they're descendants from the First Crusade. All these years they've been living underground beneath our feet, in caves in the dirt. If I'd known the legends about them were true, I'd have dedicated my life to getting them out of this place. To what end? The people of Canabres would have stoned them on sight, and Prelate Holrun would have had them tossed on the pyre en masse. Whatever the ills of this place, it is their home. How long do you think they would have survived on the surface? What is this bad blood between you two? It's an old matter. Ms. Tirabade here had the notion of spying on me, then rummaging through my goods. I ask you, do I look like a cultist? Cultists don't tend to look like cultists, you know. That's kind of the whole problem. And you, Mr. Gwyrm, built a whole secret operation of buying and smuggling into the city. What was it? Oh yeah, magical weapons. How was I supposed to know all the rigmarole and middlemen was so that you could anonymously donate supplies to Crusade? Don't you see, I have a reputation to uphold, one that I value most highly. August Gwyrm is a hard-nosed businessman, not a good fairy from a tale. Yes, I care about my city. Yes, I wish to see that its defenders, my defenders, were well-fed, healthy, and well-armed. But to make those donations openly was unthinkable. I might as well hang up a sign on my door welcoming every spongy leech and parasite in the city. There is a vendor there, which we will talk to once we've gathered everything we can, so that we can sell the garbage.
This way.
Actually, down here. Fish. Wolfish. Buy the pot. Various things. Doesn't look like there's anything over there. You there, a tall woman with a face deformed by an enormous swelling, smiles broadly at you, showing off her double row of small sharp teeth. You, from the surface, you must be tough to make it all the way here. Never thought I'd see the day. Call me Dyra. Let's trade. Who are you? The people around here call me all sorts. Dyra the Hoarder, Dyra the Coin, Dyra the City Girl. Like that's a bad thing. I troll the caves, picking up all kinds of things from the surface that wash down here through our sewers. I trade all kinds of junk for food and clothes, but I only part with my best finds for coins. Got no coins, get what money is. Well then, I have no use for you. If you want city goods, you need to pay for them. Why are you so eager to trade with me? Because all of the people here are no better than animals now. Daddy yells with surprising anger before being overcome with coughing. Wiping her mouth, she continues. Our forefathers lived in the city like you. Our people love to reminisce about armies, knights, and crusades. But I couldn't care less about that. Savages with clubs can fight a war. Only civilized folk can buy and sell. They've forgotten what trading is. They've forgotten the value of gold. They barter hide for plant roots and go on about the feats of the crusaders. Who cares about them? I don't need help remembering. I have coins. I have things to sell. Now let's trade like proper city folk. Let's trade indeed. Right. Lee? I won't sell masterwork just now, but I will sell none. There we go. Oh, is there anything else we need going the other way? Healing. Be good. Have 11. What is that? Masterwork dagger? Don't see us using that. Might have some. Yeah, you'll land. Land still with us. Interesting. We may be okay with that for now. So, let us see who might need that. You can't wear armor, can you? You aren't wearing armor. Up to the hut and let's rest. It's time, we're heading out. Lan won't get in our way. Wendog breathes in deeply through her nose, her eyes narrowing in concentration, like she's about to taste the air. To detect even the faintest sense, finally gives a nodding approval. But Wendog is focused not on what surrounds her, but also on you. Sniffing the air, she looks at you with an unreadable expression. Why are you looking at me like that? Wendog mumbles something under her breath and then adds, "You are short, like a child, but you survived among the demons up there. When you fell down here, you made it through the caves. Takes the spirit of a warrior to do that. Man won't get in our way. Where is he? On his way to his death. He decided to go it alone. Or maybe he's in a hole somewhere crying about how lonely he is. I don't care either way. Are we going to leave Hogus and Anivia here? Getting you all out at once will be difficult. We'll let the injured woman recover. Do you think I like knowing there are Uplanders sitting in our village? But trying to drag an injured person through the maze would be suicide. Don't ever get me started on the other one. He's not going to get off his backside unless we send a litter to carry him. Are you sure the maze is the only way to the surface? Excuse me. Wendog hisses in irritation. Do I look like someone who doesn't know what she's talking about? Yes, I'm sure. Might be other ways, but not anywhere in here. I've never made it all the way through to the maze, but every time I've smelled a change in the air. Anyone who can't has no business being in there. But is dead. If you don't believe me, you can wait for another guide to show up. But no one apart from me will get you where you need to go. It's time to what? To get out of here. I'm keeping my word. Wentworth looks around. It's all quiet now. The villagers settled down. I know the shortest route to the maze. We'll take a boat. No one will see us. Let's go. When do I acknowledge? Right. And one other thing. You could have chosen not to listen to me, but you did. That means you have real strength in you. A strong person can take the truth, even if they don't like it. And the truth was on my side. I want to say, when do I convert her eyes? Thank you. You saved the tribe from a stupid mistake. They're alive now because of you. Find a way through this shield maze. Now, go to the boats. Get there faster by water. And that would seem to be where we are.
Wherever my legs carry me.
Anything this way before we go back to
Save the last one for me.
Start of the shield maze.
No glory without risk!
I'll cut you wide open.
I'll rip you apart! The light take you! Quick, quick! Else we miss all the fun!
Right. Deeper.
Forwards! No backwards, backwards!
That would seem to be it for there. So we're back here to the door, which I assume is the shield maze. Actually, I know from the previous one, but done by the other Yorkie.
Trail me.
The heartbeat quickens.
Right.
No match for me.
Oh, he was there.
Tea. Go.
That seems like you might have been a little hurt there.
The spirits demand your blood.
Self-healing.
The inheritor.
Getting ready.
Guide my blade.
He's not going to survive this turn.
Body.
You are today's sacrifice.
The light, take you!
I'll rip you apart!
This
Go
will
on.
leave a bruise.
Yes, just a little bit.
Burn! Slice! Behead!
Why did you go all the way up there? I didn't hit it right, I think.
Go for their hearts!
No feeling.
The inheritor, guide my
He's down.
blade.
And Wendy, come forward some. And attack.
They'll beg me to stop!
Amelia, a little
I hope
sneaky.
you appreciate this.
Yes, indeed. Not very valuable to us, but it's good to know you can do that. Loot. Four. Four. That would seem to be it. Have a door there. Right. Let's get ourselves equipped, shall we? You're using a longbow, 1 to 8. That's 1 to 10. But as I understand it, bows rather than longbow. Apply the strength, is it? Apply agility. One of the two. They actually apply the bonus, and she has both. Let's see. We have fire belly. Fire resistance 5 and making your guts hot to the touch. You may... So standard action, you can breathe a 15-foot cone of flame that deals 1d4 points of fire damage. Time use this fire breath, the remaining duration is by a minute. Can anyone even use it? Can't be used by any character, I don't think. Oh, she can. I am rather surprised. And she has used magical thingies, doesn't she? Shield of Faith when needed, yes. Reduced person. Not too worried about that. We'll put that on. You're +5. That would reduce you to +4, which doesn't really seem to make sense. See, 6 max dexterity leather armor. You can certainly wear that, giving you a little protection. Masterwork glaive. Looks like you're a sword and board type. Although at the moment you don't have a masterwork sword, do you? We might as well give you the glaive and make you use that for now. Unless your abilities say otherwise. Favored weapon, longbow. I'm not sure if they get a bonus with that. Pickpocket. Trickery and stealth. Not really your skill though, is it? Divine Grace has second level, a bonus equal to charisma bonus, save any, on all saving throws. And then we've got your spells. So yes, you might as well use the Masterwork glaive.
I found, something.
Yes, you have. Found a trap. Well done.
I am helpful. Am I not?
I'd say so. Ah, I forgot to continue giving out, what is that? Field of Faith, that's useful. Let's get these. You probably need to be using one or two, don't you? Ooh, there we are. I don't see the... Oh, yes, because the bow will get bonuses. We look at that. 1 to 8 when equipped. Oh, it's not getting bonuses. 10 when equipped. Well, then use that. Actually, should you even use that? Or should you be doing straight up attacks?
What's in wait for me there?
I don't think we have anything for you to attack with right now.
I see blood. Blood!
What's attacking? Where are we? Ah. Very well. Damage Pathmet cultist. Right in favor, eh? You charge in. No.
Into the fray!
Missed.
I'll cut you wide open.
Oh, come on. I'd already selected for her to attack.
I'm alright.
Ouch.
I'm alright.
No match for me.
7 damage.
The spirits demand your blood.
That's not good.
I'll just sit here.
And she's down.
Don't worry about me.
Oh, I'm not.
They'll beg me to stop.
9 damage.
You are today's sacrifice.
Missed. Oh, damage is still not dead. Wendy.
I'll rip you apart.
Let's get some healing back on you, shall we? Oh, we're still... It's still viewing us in the middle of fighting, so we can't do that. Alright. Oh, religion.
This one was beyond me.
Shelves are chock full of old mouldy books.
Now what is that?
Ah. Was there something we see? Nothing over there. I thought we'd seen something good, but I guess not.
This way.
What is that? Roll of fine traps, that can be sold. Place moderate wound. Place a light with a moderate. Roll of bull strength. You have that, so you can give it to someone when needed. It's a lesser restoration. That's a bless or rare. That will do.
What's that there?
That would be a chest.
Wherever my legs carry me. Let's shred them!
Corrupted mongrels. Get ready to fight. 6 damage. Wendy. 7 damage.
No glory without risk!
You're almost done.
Go for their hearts!
You are done. Moondwag looks at the mongrel's corpse, her lips curling, then says, well, are we going to what? Are we going or what? There aren't that many mongrels, you must know each other, right? Who was that? I shrugged. Some unlucky fools thought the shield maze was a good place to go for a stroll. The maze drove them insane. They weren't insane to begin with, that is. Moondwag pauses, choosing her words, but this isn't the first time I've been attacked by people I know here. Lost friends of mine would sometimes reappear like that. They didn't recognize anyone anymore. Trying to talk to them was a waste of time. Ending their suffering was the only option, not derisively. But it seems forced. Weaklings, serves them right. You never told me this maze of yours was crawling with cultists. I didn't, because there weren't any. Looks like they got here the same way that you did. They fell from the surface. The maze doesn't look like the mysterious place you made it out to be. Looks more like a cultist den to me, and a well-established one at that. Maze has always been full of traps and subterranean monsters, and now it's got cultists as well. What does it matter to you? I studied you with narrowed eyes. I promised to lead you to the surface, and that's what I'm going to do. You don't belong here, let's go. She turns away. Blood stains still mar the ground. Around them are comfortable benches and pillows. Fine. Loot. Bunch of ingredients.
I am helpful, am I
Yes,
not?
you are very. Indeed.
Forwards! No, backwards, backwards!
Okay, is there anything else? Nope. That's open. About this side. Let's have a look through here then.
I hope you appreciate this.
Yes, indeed. Shouldn't be so uncertain that you're appreciated, actually. What was that we picked up? Rapier. What you're using. Cold iron rapier there. Rapier here. What are your abilities? Have we yet covered? You have finesse fighting. Weapon proficiency. Need to focus you on that. You don't have dual weapon. I need you to have dual weapon, finesse, And rapier enhancement. Moments you don't, so you should keep the one you have. Ah, I didn't see that. That seems to be downstairs, so let's carry on over this way. See what, if anything, is through here.
Trail me.
Let me draw the first blood.
Right. That was a nice hit.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
I'll cut you wide open.
And Wendy.
No match for me.
This'll leave a bruise.
That was quite a hit, actually. Miss.
Into the fray!
The spirits demand your blood.
They'll beg me to stop.
She took a whack. Right. Miss.
The light take you!
A 6.
You are today's sacrifice.
And when do I... Let's move in some, shall we, Wendy?
I'll rip you apart.
It's a nice hit. 3. Well, it was a hit anyway. Ah. Miss.
The Inheritor, guide my
You're down.
blade!
Go for their hearts.
And our little archer here.
I'll just sit here.
That's
Don't
fine.
worry about me.
I'm not. You'll be up in a moment.
I'll cut you wide open.
Not like that, you all.
No match for me.
Although they're not landing at the moment,
The spirits demand your blood.
by him using his bow, he's giving her an extra
They'll
attack.
beg me to stop.
Oh, well, the archery worked.
No reason to pause.
Well, there may be a slight reason. Let's not be stupid about this. Let's get you healthy once more, I think. Amelia, let's go.
I am helpful.
Yes.
Am I not?
Yes, you are. Very. Very helpful. We wanted to go this way, didn't we? No? Where is it? Maybe we did want to go this way. Yes. Yes, we haven't been through here. A dining room.
What's that?
It's a trap. Camellia, do your work, please.
I am helpful, am I
Yes.
not?
Yes, I think you are.
I see something over there.
It's a secret passage. Secret door, at least. Ah, replacement to Sealer's longsword, I think. That one is basic. This one, old iron masterwork. Right. Inspection of enemy.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder?
And we've made it through here.
Do not fear. Do not waver.
Oh, there's a lot of them. Very, very well. Who is this? Ah. We can put that on her. Got a size bonus. It's a cleric. Fighter, cultist.
Aparane sentes.
Into the fray.
He's down. Wendy.
I'll rip you apart!
Not like that you won't, but never mind.
You are today's sacrifice!
He's down. That missed.
The light. Take you.
He's down. He's down. That was rather simple. Unexpectedly so, indeed.
This way.
What's this? Ritual pool filled with fresh blood. Doesn't look very fresh, to be honest. Okay.
What do we have here?
A trap. And something only you're going
Well?
to experience. No, no. Rather close.
I heed the voice of the spirits. I hope you appreciate this.
Ah,
Wherever my legs carry me.
They will break against our resolve.
right. Why don't we do that?
Go for their hearts!
B damage. Yes.
No match for me.
Also missed. Ow. Sealer.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Dretch coming. Very well.
I'll cut you wide open!
Nice. Not reduced. Ouch. Let me have a look at these things. Hold 10 reduction. And fire 10 reduction. Well, it doesn't seem that she's going to be getting very far right now. You can try, she might get a critical.
I'll rip you apart!
Damage reduction, yes. Dealer.
Into the fray!
He's down. No.
The spirits demand your blood!
Well, you can keep trying. I don't think it's going to do you any good, though.
The light take you!
There we go.
Open your heart to me.
A little healing. I think that's enough for now.
Forwards! No backwards, backwards!
Right. Well, it looks like through here. Not yet. So we can't go that way. That's back down to the entrance. But it looks like we're heading downstairs. That's fine. What's here? Ah, there's a loot thing there. And then here. Right there. And then here. Right there. And so downstairs. And a battle.
You are today's sacrifice!
Not if you do it that badly,
They'll
they are.
beg me to stop!
13 critical hit, nice. Also 4.
Go on, go on.
Dealer. You charge in by any chance?
The Inheritor,
Can you
guide
charge?
my blade!
You must move before your attack, not. You must move at least 10 feet directly towards your designated opponent. Must have a clear path. Ah! Okay.
Go for their hearts!
No match for me!
Ari, T, go on.
Into the fray!
I'll cut you wide open!
That was 7 points.
I'll rip you apart!
Come now, let's do this. Another 6.
Ari, T, go on.
So this is how it feels?
The light take you!
Apparently for now it is. Oh no, he's
No
using cantrips.
glory without risk! No match for me!
And in we go. Two points of damage.
Into the fray!
You missed.
They'll beg me to stop.
Now, of course, because he's involved in melee, so there's a hit problem.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
That's not exactly what I had in mind.
The light take you!
Okay, you did so.
I'll rip you apart!
Now, normally I would focus, but because they have penalties, I'd rather go for him and get him out of the way first. She's doing just fine against him.
The fray!
She's hard to hit, so it's not a big
No
problem.
match for me.
And now we can focus. For 9.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
They'll beg me to stop.
He's down. That looked like something with a magic circle around it. The book. This. Almost new diary. The diary contains only one entry. On the very first page, life is shit. While my brethren, although what kind of brothers are they really, are having a great time up on the surface, I'm stuck down here with Scylla, the nightmare, and the mongrel scum. To top it all off, a pipe sprung a leak, an elemental is smashing up the kitchen, and Hazilla is sending it to slaughter everyone it meets in the maze's passageway. All I can do is hide around corners, under beds, and in cupboards. I don't want to die. This isn't how I how I pictured serving Great Baphomet. This isn't how I pictured it at all. Why does it have something that looks like a magic? Well, that's gold, not white or silver. Tarantula scales is also gold. I look at info. Doesn't say anything else. Something that can be used.
Eek! Take this thing away from me!
Doesn't highlight any kind of usage for it. Oh. Down here we needed to go, I think it was. If you remember or saw the previous playthrough, they come important at a later situation. Not that much later, in the same maze. Ah, of course. Ah.
What's in wait for me there?
You'll make a fine trophy.
And we have more of these. Guess you don't have a clear
The
line,
light.
okay.
Take you!
Ooh.
The spirits demand your blood.
Well, that didn't work now, did it? Step away.
No match for me.
That did work.
No glory without risk.
Down. Ooh.
You are today's sacrifice.
Yes, I think he may be.
They'll beg me to stop.
The inheritor, guide my blade.
I'll watch your back.
That will be sufficient there. About down here. Never a system of aqueducts channeling water from the river into the city. It was strenuously damaged. Not surprising given what was happening. Corrupted mongrel.
Shall we move? We shall move!
Do not fear. Do not
8
waver.
damage.
Go for their hearts!
Hey,
I'll rip you apart.
missed. Apparently you can't get there, never mind. Not in combat yet. That was pitiful.
I'll cut you wide open!
No match for me.
Into the fray. Ha!
Now, however he is in combat, so things are going to be a bit more difficult. Except that hit nicely.
The spirits demand your blood!
Let's do that. And that.
Save the last one for me.
And we have another. Four damage. Not even visible on that. Wouldn't mind knowing how much damage he has. Or how much health he has. Doesn't look like there's any anything special going on as regards reduction. That's all. Well, he's a little bit tough.
You are today's sacrifice!
8 hits.
This pain is
Ooh.
excruciating.
Can you charge in now? Oh. Well, how about you might?
Did I mess up again?
Wendy?
They'll beg me to stop.
What is that, by the way? Light of Angels. Not too worried about this one, so I'm not going to do it.
Go for their hearts! So this is how it
He's
feels.
down. Hopefully you can charge it now. Why can't you charge it now? Is it because she's there? She's down.
The light take you.
No match for me.
Nice hit. Also a nice hit.
No glory without risk!
Slight hit, not a nice hit. He's at death's door. 7. Almost done.
I'll just sit here.
Now he's down.
Don't worry
He's
about
down.
me.
They'll beg me to stop.
Another 8. He should be about down, shouldn't he? Ow. Not sure how I killed him, but I'm not unhappy that I did. That should go to a frontline troop. It's a ring of protection. Selection bonus to AC. Just check. Yes. You have 21. 2, yes. That's
This way.
something there. Some slight treasure. Ah, I see it there. Little sack on the floor. Right. Uh, 13, there's 6 available, so yes. Oops. And through we go. What a squelchy area.
I'll bathe in your blood.
Okay. I'm not sure that bath would get you particularly clean, but as you will. At last, she can charge. And get hit. Oh well.
No match for me.
Well, you hit, I'll give you that.
I'll cut you wide open.
Field of Faith, eh?
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
I'll rip you apart.
Well, you hit him, that's for
The
sure.
spirits demand your blood.
You didn't. Seven damage.
The light, take you!
And that would be him dead. This is Hazilla's orders. Follow these simple rules or you will die. Do not bother me unless strictly necessary. Keep the door to the shrine locked with a key I made. Don't care which of you holds it. You can tear each other to shreds over it for all I care. Don't even think of setting foot in the ritual chamber, ever. Keep the door to the unfinished section of the maze locked at all times as a reminder for you feeble-minded vermin. The entrance is sealed using the hidden lever. The torch on the wall next to the door itself, is in the room with a blood pool where I sometimes relax. Do something about that damn water elemental already. Do whatever you want with it. Just make sure it's gone by tomorrow. Find a better hiding place with a paladin sword from the surface. I'll deal with that later. Remember that your life means means less than nothing to me. I have plenty of people vying to become Hand of Wisdom. Little healing for Sealer, I think. And behind you, it's behind you.
No secrets can escape my prying gaze.
And we have more of these.
A bright future awaits
The road
us.
calls me. I'll take the bait.
I'll prove I am the best.
I'll carve my name into your flesh.
Ranger.
You are today's
So we need to get
sacrifice!
forward to attack.
Into the fray!
They'll beg me to stop!
3 damage, it's something. That hurt.
Go for their hearts!
Hurt you back though, didn't I? Now you're involved in combat, so there's no point in attacking you.
No glory without risk! The Inheritor, guide my blade!
I'll rip you apart!
Oh, you are involved in combat still, aren't you? Even though I didn't attack you. Aha. That didn't work too well now, did it? Right, and so we go in.
The light take you!
No match for me!
The spirits demand your blood!
There we go. This door's got a strong lock in it. You'll break every lockpick you have and it still won't budge. Believe me, I've tried. That was before I found the key to it and took a few valuables for myself. Take a look inside, you might find something you can use.
Huh? What's that?
The party's overloaded. That's fine. We'll gather things and then we'll throw crap away.
I am helpful, am I not?
Yes, yes, yes. Right. That is Crypt Raider's armor. 3 max dexterity. You're running at +4. You're running at +5. I can't wear it. It's armor class 6, your armor class 7. +2 insight against undead. I don't think we need that necessarily. Do we have anything else that's a 4 or a 5 max? That's 6, but that's only +2 anyway. This. Dueling sword, nobody uses that. Masterwork heavy flail, you're not using that, are you? Just a couple of rapiers. Nothing particularly staggering, I think. So, just heal. I believe we're okay for going up here now. Let me have...
Wherever
here.
my legs carry me.
We didn't... Oh. This? No, this is fine.
I am helpful, am I not?
There is, somewhere, it might be over here somewhere, sure, a water elemental. The thing is, it's a tough creature to fight, and, additionally, might actually be there. Let's see if that is. Additionally, I have a feeling it will... Oh no, it's not the water elemental. I have a feeling it will completely negate my, old
Let's
attacks.
shake a leg. I'll tear your throat out. They'll beg me to stop.
You are today's sacrifice!
Can I drink a potion? Yes. Without being hit. And
Go for their hearts!
No match for me.
Into the fray!
I'll cut you wide open!
I'll rip you apart.
do damage? Not most
The
threatening hit.
Inheritor, guide my blade!
There we are. Ah yes, I need to throw away crap though. We are indeed overloaded. So, I still need 2,000 to get the next level. I'm thinking that means that's going to only happen at the end of this maze. Won't retail for much, so there's no point in keeping it. Well, that's where we just came from, fool. Come on. That's what we need. And then we go through.
Forwards! No, backwards, backwards! So many thoughts, so little time.
They will break against our resolve.
Not aiming at him now. He's almost dead.
No
And
match for me.
nice hit anyway. He's in combat.
The
So
spirits demand your blood.
I'm all right. I'm
currently,
all right.
that's them done. Dealer, let's get some healing on. There's the key. Bodies of the maze builders lie where they were caught by the earth elementals, enraged by an earthquake. The builders' tools lie scattered next to their bodies.
Trail me.
Ah. Those are the builders, of course.
What's in wait for me there, I wonder? I see blood! Blood!
Dangerous enemy. Wendy.
They'll beg me to stop.
We ended up a little flat-footed there, I think.
I'll rip you apart.
Not from that distance, I guess you won't. Ah. "16 hits.
This'll leave a bruise.
Yeah, a little bit.
You are today's sacrifice.
The light, take you!
He's down. Are we? Fine.
I'll just sit here.
Yeah, you have a lie down.
Don't worry about me.
Oh, we won't. Don't worry.
No match for me.
Go for their hearts.
I'll rip you apart.
Well, it's only one hit, but it's there. It's better than
I'll
a
cut
miss.
you wide open.
I think that's what we can definitely say here. It's better than a miss.
They'll beg me to stop.
The spirits demand your blood.
No match for me.
Well, a 5.
You are today's sacrifice.
Well, all right. The skinning went badly. That's okay. Ah.
I hope you appreciate
That
this.
is some kind of amulet. Natural armor +1. That's probably not going to make a difference to you, is it? Yes, it does. This. A large aggressive creature was kept in this cage. Judging by the bent bars, the creature is now loose. Well, not anymore. In a meaningful way. Seems to be that.
I see something over there.
Ah, yes. Why?
You can trust me. The spirits guide me. What's on your mind? I wonder. I am helpful. Am
There
I
you go.
not?
And let's see
Quick,
if you
quick,
can get a
else
little
we
bit
miss
of
all
a
the
hit
fun.
on there.
Let's shred them!
No damage. Let's have a look at them, shall we? Both seem to be the same thing. Cambion. 10 acid, cold, and fire reduction. Not so good. Immune to poison and electricity.
Go for their hearts!
No glory without risk!
4 damage.
I'll cut you wide open!
Spell resist. Haven't seen that happen yet.
Into the fray!
I'll rip you apart!
9 damage.
The spirits demand your blood!
All resistant. Gains 13.
The light take you!
No match for me.
You are today's sacrifice!
Oh, that's 1 point of damage. What about hitting him? Well, what about at least hitting him? They're both the same, actually. Yes, they are, so...
The inheritor, guide my blade!
They'll beg me to stop.
Go for their hearts!
Can we get through this time, please? Apparently not.
Into the fray!
He's down. The next one.
I'll cut you wide open!
That's 4 points.
The light take you!
I'll rip you apart.
This way.
do we have in here?
I am helpful, am I not?
I suppose so. You lose your dexterity bonus, but actually it makes no difference at all. A little bit on flat-footed, but then you lose a reflex point, don't you, in savings for reflexes? So we won't do that. And we have
Shall
an
we move?
elemental.
We shall move.
Do not
5
waver.
damage. 20.
They'll beg me to stop.
The spirits demand your blood!
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
I'm all right.
Wow.
I'm all right.
Barely.
No match for me.
You are today's sacrifice!
No glory without risk.
Let's see if we can get a hit in here. Yes. Healer, I think you need some healing again, don't you?
Wherever my legs carry me.
Nothing here. Look like it. Right, down this way.
Now, what is that?
That would appear to be a trap, dear girl. With a trigger right there.
I hope you appreciate
Forwards.
this.
No,
Indeed.
backwards. I crave for adventure.
The heartbeat quickens.
Spell resistance again. Need to roll an 11 to get over that spell resistance. Oh, that wasn't what I intended to do now, was it?
They'll beg me to stop.
You two can
Go
go
for their
there.
hearts!
You're both melee, and you two go there because you're both ranged.
Into the fray.
Ow.
I'll cut you wide open!
Work! Work, you silly spell!
matter! Guide my blade!
No match for me.
That was 7.
The spirits demand your blood.
The light! Take you!
I'll rip you apart!
You are today's sacrifice!
Reduced. Probably got cold reduction 10, hasn't it? Which means I'm
Into
almost
the
useless
fray.
here.
They'll beg me to stop.
Go for their hearts!
No glory without risk!
Ah,
Trail me.
and as I recall, portraits were here. Yellow, blue, red, yellow. And through we go. Seela peers closely at the sword, which seems utterly unexceptional to you. Wait, this is no, it can't be. Eyes light up. I know that hilt. Radiance, the sword of the great Yaniel, that's what this is. But it's meant to be in the Tower of Estrad with all the other relics. That's what I heard at least. Oh, of course, this rusted piece of metal must be that same sword. Camellia rolls her eyes. Merely wish that this was the illustrious sword of legend. Don't get it, I've seen this sword 100 times, in paintings and in the hands of the Yaniel statue. I've even thought of going to the Estrad Museum to see the real thing in person. How did it get here? So what you're telling me is you've never seen the sword, you've seen replicas of it, and this may be another replica. Given you've seen replicas, you know they exist. What's special about it? Seela frowns now. Nothing, I guess, but this sword was legendary in its day. People say that when Yaniel held it, the blade would glow, striking demons left and right. Soldiers would see Radiance's light from far and take heart, rushing into the fray and winning. But I don't know what's wrong with it now, or how to restore its power. All I can sense is that they made a mockery of it. You're empathizing with an object? Extraordinary. Are all paladins so tender-hearted and sensitive? She does have a point. Sensitive in a way, yes. We're highly attuned to evil, and everything wrought by demons. Radiance was in evil hands, and as a paladin I can tell you they did nothing good to it. Who is Yaniel? No, you've never heard of Yaniel. She's famous all over Galarian. She was a great woman. She was born in Mendev, and when the crusade started, she couldn't just sit idly by. She dedicated her life to the crusade. People say she was audacious and spirited. She was always the first into battle, and she never sacrificed other people's lives for a tactical advantage. That's how she's been remembered, as an incredible warrior who seemed to blaze with righteous fury in all the images of her. She looks capable of driving all the demons back to the abyss single-handedly. But then something happened between her and her commanders. Maybe they envied her, and maybe there was more to it than that, I don't know. But anyway, she went into the world wound without her fellow soldiers. And she didn't just survive the mission. She even brought back crusaders. She rescued in there. Can you imagine? She died as she lived with pride. She was one of the people defending Dresden to the very end. That's where she perished. Dealer frowns. Don't take this the wrong way, but I really hope she died quickly, a hero's death. Because if she didn't, that means she was taken prisoner and had to endure unspeakable horrors. I wouldn't wish that on anyone. You know a lot about Yaniel. Are you a fan of hers or something? I suppose you could say that. Dealer chuckled. I've always felt an affinity with Yaniel. I know what it's like to not be what your commanders want you to be. However, whenever I used to feel under pressure, I always thought of Yaniel. Maybe some people didn't like how she was, but to the people she pulled out of the world wound, she was perfect. And to the people she saved on the battlefield, she was incredible. And to those who keep her memory alive, she is a hero. That's what counts. How could a priceless relic end up down here? Yaniel disappeared. By some miracle, Radiance was recovered from the battlefield. No one else has ever wielded it. It is Yaniel's blade and always will be. That's why it was put in the Tower of Estrod with the other Crusader relics. But now it turns out that someone stole it. Sealer laughs. I have this weird feeling like I'm rescuing a fellow warrior from a dungeon. But we can't just abandon it. Even if it's no use to us, it's no use to anyone down here. But what if it could be repaired? Let's keep going.
I am helpful. Am I not?
Yes, indeed. I think we might have all we need to get there. And down below awaits a demon. Time to rest. Well, they'll tell us to when we go down. When a tough battles to come, your heroes are tired and might have run out of spells. So replenish your powers, set up camp and have a rest. Let's have a look at the spell books, shall we? You... That might be useful in battle, but I'm not convinced. You have an enlarged person. Let's have a summon nature ally. And perhaps an... You have none that you can use. You can't learn them. You don't have the ability. The only purpose for you having a magical level is because it's necessary. Endless fuss over how terribly mongrels suffer, how hard their lives are. You not have anything else to talk about, you tedious savage. Right. That is unfortunate, of course. Does it have any negative effect? That's a large person. Don't really need it. Shield of Faith would be more useful. What is this? Reduced person. Mage armor. Like none of you need mage armor because you can all wear some armor. Right. About there. That. Shield of Faith. You have Shield of Faith. You have Shield. Haste. You can have that. This cold. Protection from cold. Protection from evil. Going to be useful. Protection from chaos, and I think they're going to be chaotic evil, so that's going to be. Bear's endurance. And indeed for you. You've got Bear's endurance already. Well, for you then. That cat's grace, yes, you want that. Roll of heroism, yes. Blessing. Now the problem I have is I don't know if I should use them before combat or not. Normally I would say yes. Such a long speech at the start of this combat. It may not be apropos to do so. Raise the Amade. Here you are, huddled together like a herd of animals. Pitiful monsters, not human, not demon. Even tieflings are less effective than you. But I, your master Savamelak, can make you better, stronger. I can satisfy your hunger, starvelings of the dark. Submit to me. No, we are the descendants of Crusaders. Trusting a demon would be a betrayal of their memory. Huh? Well, who is the next descendant of Crusaders who values old legends more than their life? Beasts, monsters in human guise, reveal your true nature. This is the sweet, wholesome flesh of a righteous Asimar. Eat, underground Crusaders, eat the flesh of a Crusader from above. Find your true strength. You rush at the demon. The air seems to grow thicker with every step. You feel like you're watching from underwater as you see the mongrel fall to their knees, one after the other, and crawl to the Asimar's body. You hear their fangs tearing through the flesh. You hear the sloshing of blood. You hear the former mongrels snarl like animals, fighting over the most tender and juicy of meat. Your companion dried in agony, one clutching at her head, another doubles over. You feel saliva pool in your mouth. The metallic tang awakens hunger in you. The hunger turns to rage. The winged filth dares try to bind you to its will. It dares to tempt you with the sweet sense of meat untainted by corruption. The wretch must die. Die! And still the clarity remains within you. Somewhere, deep down, you feel the urge, beneath the veil of rage and anger, you sense the light trying to break through. You come to the rage. You permit the rage to possess you, and malevolent joy spreads through you. Freedom, freedom to kill anyone who stands in your way. The demon, the cultists, their pathetic mongrel fighters are no match for you. You feel the crimson fog of hatred cloud your vision. Your simmering blood no longer wishes to languish in your veins. Wants to be free, it breaks forth from your chest wound in powerful pulses, its heady scent dispelling the last threads of sanity. Back, maggots. The demon hisses, backing away. Ah, there is more to you than meets the eye. You have your power within you. Slaves, destroy the vermin. And he chickens out and flees. Azilla points at you. She's already wounded. Wendoag, kill. Wendoag takes a step forward. I no longer serve you, you bitch. Not you or your flying monkey. I always fight with the strongest side. There's Lan. Lan emerges from the shadows, knocking an arrow in his bow as he moves. What did I miss? A dramatic showdown? Oh, it's you. Perfect.
Let me draw the first blood.
Right.
Not you.
No match for me.
That didn't work. Protection from evil.
The Inheritor, guide my blade.
Full of heroism. Yeah.
I'll cut you wide open.
Into the fray.
You're done. Oh, mighty Sever Malek, your faithful servant invokes you now. Demons, protect your mistress.
I'll carve my name onto your flesh.
Right.
The spirits demand your blood.
The other's not involved in combat, so... Critical hit.
The light, take you.
Wendy, let's just make sure we're away from there.
I'll rip you apart!
Reduced, that's not so good. Ilya?
You are today's sacrifice.
Wow. Since that's now involved in combat, we might as well just
The
take these on.
Inheritor, guide my blade.
Yeah.
Go for their hearts.
No glory without risk.
They didn't have a choice. They were forced to do it.
Lan stares at the mongrels laying senseless on the floor.
Keep telling yourself that, Lan. There's always a choice. They could have chosen to die, but now they're going to live and become stronger. I know that from personal experience.
Interesting.
Shut up! You're not just a traitor, you're a monster! The young ones, they believed your stories, and you lured them to a demon and watched them eat human flesh!
Lan turns to her, his face twisted in fury. The lizard half is snarling, the eye narrowed. The words came out. They come out like a growl.
I was trying to make them strong. What have you done for them? What were you doing while I was looking for ways to bring strength to our tribe? You're useless, Lan.
Well, you did run off and then appear after we'd finished everything.
I led by example. I trained. I tried to become stronger so I could go to the surface and maybe do something worthwhile with my stupidly short life. And I will do it. I might be the one to bring our whole tribe to the surface. But you? Why would you want any power that turns you into a monster?
Highly
These young
judgmental, aren't
guys
we,
and
Lan?
girls, they trusted you. And they were turned into mindless animals, ready to eat corpses at a demon's command.
I went through the same ritual as them, and I didn't become an animal. I conquered my anger. The anger that has been building and building in every one of us for decades. Unlike you, I have no intention of just lying down and politely accepting death. I will rise above all this, while you'll still be stuck with your pride, chewing on rats. Who do you want at your side? The person who betrayed the demons to follow you? The person who will do everything you say and bring glory to your name? Or this trash?
Inspect your chest wound. The bleeding, deep wound on your chest is gone, like it was never there in the first place. The skin is totally smooth and unmarred.
It's gone. It was just there, and now it's gone. It's gotta be some kind of demonic trickery. You need to have a cleric look at that.
As if you know anything about demons and their powers. Some dark force cast its gaze on her and chose her from among all others. There is magic inside this Uplander that is beyond your meager understanding. And all you have to say is go see a cleric. You're pathetic, Lan.
Not entirely wrong. Lan, how did you find your way here?
I just kept going until I found it. You can find a way into anywhere if you try hard enough.
Especially if someone clears the way for you.
Besides, I also remembered some of this traitor's stories. At least some of them were true. But that doesn't matter now. We need to tell Sol everything, and then we need to get out of here.
We? You think you're the one going to the surface with them? Isn't that sweet?
So you've been serving Savamelic this whole time, Wenduag?
Better to serve a strong master than to eke out an existence in a dark hole with no hope. I am of the Neathers. Our lives are short, but we are hardier than humans. I realized a long time ago that I was capable of more than this life offered, and I follow whomever is the strongest. You scared Savamelic. Hosilla has fallen. Now, I wish to serve you.
Kneel before me, and your submission will be complete.
I thought you were proud of your heritage, but you're willing to crawl on your belly before anyone who's even a little stronger than you. You say you didn't become an animal? What a joke! Only animals pledge their allegiance to whoever has the sharpest teeth. Oh, but what am I saying? Even cave spiders are loyal to their mother. You're even lower than that.
Oh, so now you think you know everything about me. You're one of the best hunters in the tribe. It benefited me to ingratiate myself with you. So I acted in a way that pleased you. And the Uplander will get the Wenduag that she wants to see. I'm willing to do anything to get out of this hole. And you're willing to do anything too. Don't try to hide it. I know you, Lan. I've had time to study you.
I'm going to the surface only because my time has come to leave. The Uplanders are in danger. They need all the help they can get. But I'm only risking my own life. See the difference? I'll do whatever the Crusade asks of me, but I'll never be like you.
Why didn't you try to stop us going inside the maze? You knew we'd uncover your secret.
Sava Malik is always in need of new servants. You'd make as good a servant as anyone else, and then... once you've gone missing in the maze, not even the redoubtable Lan would have dared look for you.
Climbing above her rage at the betrayal. Noir considers the intelligence of that. If you're pledged to the wrong master, that would seem a smart move.
But then why did you come with me to look for the sword?
So I could kill you quietly if you found it and stop you taking it to the village, you idiot. I would have told everyone that you got caught in a cave-in. But then the Uplanders showed up and I had to change my plans. I don't regret what I did. I met you. Just say the word and all the Neathers will be yours. I'll bring them to you if you take me with you.
And what's exactly you're proposing to do with the mongrels?
What you saw here. They will become stronger. They will be an army unlike anything ever seen before on Galarian. Our lives may be short, but while we live, we are faster, deadlier, and harder to kill than most. I am offering you an army. An army that will win you land, power, and everything you desire.
Could be useful in a current situation, turning corruption against corruption. Sounds rather like establishing a fire break.
An army of cannibals? Are you insane? You want to turn them from rational beings into rabid beasts that only want to kill. They will be slaves, and you will be their slave driver. Is that the kind of power you're so desperate to gain?
I went through the same process they did. The beast raged inside me, my mind was foggy, but I have an iron will, and I never back down. I snatched victory from the jaws of insanity. If there are any individuals worthy of becoming my officers among those Neathers, they will be able to do the same.
Indeed, those of strength will pull through. Those not of strength can serve other ways. Said you went through the same ritual. Does that mean you ate human flesh too?
Yes. Hosilla found me in the caves. I was lost and hungry, and she offered me a choice. Die as a nobody, or live and gain the power to change everything. Sava Malik tore off a piece of an Azimar priestess's thigh. A big, juicy piece. More meat than I'd ever received in the tribe. That was the first time I knew what it was like to be happy. To have a full belly. I swore to myself that it would always be that way.
It said if you're desperate enough, you'll eat anything. When do I hold your gaze?
Then the madness and rage took over. I came very close to turning into an animal, no better than the weaklings you saw in the maze. But I am strong. I mastered myself. I brought myself under control. I fell so that I could rise again.
You should have chosen death. Dying's better than living like that.
Lan looks at her in disgust.
You're saying I should have died that day, Lan. But then who would have listened to your feeble jokes? Who would have showed you the best caves for hunting? Who would have made you a man?
A predatory gleam appears in Wendog's eyes. Well, it seems they have history. That history may be over now.
Fine without all that. And without you. Your death will make the world a slightly better place, Wenduog.
Look, isn't our land sweet? Look how his eyes blaze as he speaks of
Indeed.
murder.
You think I'm not noticing
And
that?
we were so close, too. Tell me, what do you think he'll do to you if you fail to live up to his precious ideals?
Well, it's more what he'll try. But yes, I don't see either one of you as better than the other. He just thinks he is. I admit, to a degree, your flaws and seek strength. As long as you serve me well, serve me well. What did your service to Hosella entail?
It was simple. I lured those I deemed worthy into the maze. To the rest, I told stories of the horrors of the maze, making them stay away. It all hung in the balance when the cave walls shuddered, and many of the young ones decided that the time of their great exodus had come. I had no doubt that Hosilla would dispatch a dozen young Neathers easily. But what would become of the maze if all the tribes poured in? So when Lan ran off looking for the Angel's sword, I went after him. Not to help him, but to make sure that the sword never reached Neathholm. It's a pity that you got involved and stopped me from killing him. But then again, the evening gong has not yet been struck.
You sicken me.
I've heard enough.
Then you know which one of us you need. Take me with you, and I will give you an army of Neathers.
Don't fall for her empty words. Wenduog despises everyone but herself. As soon as you show any weakness, she'll betray you, just like she betrayed us.
Except I don't intend to show weakness.
That is the reasoning of a weak person. A strong person does not fear, they act.
Alright, I've made my decision.
I hope we're not taking this girl with us. She'll sell us to the first demon she sees.
If we're befriending monsters in order to fight the demons, why not join forces with the strongest of them? Isn't that the rational choice? They're both equally hideous. Neither of them will improve the aesthetics of our little band.
Come with me, Wendoag.
You're making a mistake. If some priest ever winds up down here, I'll ask him to pray for your soul. But I doubt it'll help you.
Who cares what you think? The mistress has made her choice. Lan knows too much. He must die.
Wendoag's eyes gleam with triumph. She turns to you.
You're right. I know everything. And I also know where I'm not wanted, so I think I'll just go and have a chat with some.
Leave while I'm in a good mood, Lan.
If this is you in a good mood, then maybe I'm lucky we're parting ways now.
He got away. Don't worry, Lan, I'll get you. Wait here, mistress. I will bring Sul and the other Uplanders. We'll make sure everyone knows that Lan failed to save anyone and fled like a coward.
Chief Sul appears, flanked by mongrels. The journey has taken its toll on him. His breath is laboured and the sweat is dripping off his bloated face. What's ish? Nevia gives a low whistle. Well, I'll be damned. Turns out old Holdrun isn't as crazy as we all thought. There really were demons down here. I should have listened and sent a patrol down here, damn it. Hogus squirms. Hogus's lip curls in distaste as he tries to keep his distance from the unconscious mongrels. You said you were in charge of reconnaissance of the Eagle Watch, Nevia. How could you miss a nest of demons beneath Canabras? Besides, yeah, right. Like it wasn't enough that I sniffed after every damn shadow in the city. Everybody knows there's stories of demons living beneath the streets of Canabras. Those tales are as old as the Crusades themselves. I messed up, but you fixed my mistake, so thanks. Like. Nevia winces slightly, but forces a smile. Better than yesterday, worse than the day before. I'm not gonna die, don't worry. The maze was full of dangers, but we dealt with them. Wendoag crosses her arms. I sensed that the maze was an evil place. And so it was. There was a demon sitting right in the centre of it. With spells to dull our minds, we barely managed to overpower him. When we reached the cultist lair, that's when we saw Lan. He ran like a coward he is, abandoning the young one, mauled by the demons. Sol looks at the unconscious mongrels laid out on the ground. Yeah, Lan is too hasty. We will survive if we listen to people like him? No. Lan is not one of us. She does not understand our path. You understand, Wendoag. You shaved us. Always thought you were a decent sort. Respect. You need to look after the young mongrel. Well, they're out for the count. But when they wake up... Chief, you will want to see that these experiments have made them stronger. Some of them have lost their minds, but that doesn't matter. What matters is that they survived. They're warriors now. As long as they can hunt, the rest can wait. Uplander, you, and you, Wendoag, you saved them. That's what matters. Help them from here, but if they want to go up to the surface, I don't know if there's anything I can do to stop them. Time to get out of here. I'm going with the Uplanders, Chief. The maze holds no more secrets now. I have to go further. Sol heaves a sigh. I wish I had to go further than everyone else. But what can I do? Go on then, but make sure to come back to us somehow. But where are you going? Where's the way out? I think I've worked it out. Wendoag searches Hazilla's body and shows you some papers and a key. If there's a key, there's a door. The letter, then it was intended for someone. Nevia's eyes quickly skim over the letter and she passes it to you. Those cheeky sons of... This is all the information on the cultists in the city, their meeting places, passwords, their secret hideouts. I think we should show this to whoever's in charge in Canabris right now. As soon as we get back to the surface, we'll find out what's what. Right. We still need about 17...
While the survivors wander the dungeons, the battle on the surface rages on. The warriors of Canabris are trying to defend the wardstone, but their strength is flagging. Their resistance is valiant, yet it will all be in vain if no one rises up to turn the tide.
We're heavily loaded. Get rid of the junk armor.
What's in wait for me?
Well, it would seem we have a fight here. It would seem we no longer have a fight here. The half-orc before you, wearing armor adorned with the Amadeus golden swords, is clearly exhausted, and she obviously hasn't gotten much sleep over the last few days. There's soot on her face and fresh blood on her sword. Her hazel eyes are hard and focused, and her firm voice sounds accustomed to giving orders. She sizes you up, surprised, judging whether you are friend or foe, and opens her mouth to ask you something but freezes when she spots Anivia. Well, the Terabade lovers, it seems.
By the goddess, Nevi, I'd almost lost all hope.
Everything's fine, Beth. I'm here.
I'm here. This here is a new friend. She rounded up those of us who survived the fall and led us up to the surface. Without her, we'd never have made it out.
Anivia strokes Erebeth's head and whispers something in her ear, then stands back and points at you.
Let me introduce you to my wife, Erebeth Tirabade, head of the Eagle Watch.
She turns to you.
Until the army arrives, I'm the temporary warden of Canabras. And you're just in time. As you can see, we're in the middle of a battle. And thank you for getting Anevia out of there.
The half-orc nods, her stained voice grows a little softer. Where are we?
The Grey Garrison. Until recently, it served as barracks for the Crusaders, but it's now been taken over by cultists.
What is the target of this
When
battle?
the demons attacked the city, their main target was the Wardstone. I trust I don't have to explain to you what the Wardstone is and how important it is to the Crusaders. We must retake it at any cost, or the fall of Canabras will be the beginning of the end of the Crusades, and with them, the rest of the world. I see that you had a difficult journey to the surface. You need to rest. But there's a lot riding on this battle. I have no right to command you, but I'm asking you to help us.
I have important information about the location of a cultist den.
Very good. Report to me in full when we get back to the Defender's Heart. It's our temporary headquarters. Right now, the most dangerous cultists are here. The ones occupying the Grey Garrison.
We met some Mongols who live beneath Canabras. This is Wendell.
Most people in Canabras think that the children of the first Crusaders are simply a legend. Other people say that the day you emerge on the surface heralds the start of the end of the world. I'm not superstitious, but the situation is apocalyptic, all right. Having a living legend on our side can't hurt.
Nice speech. Surprise steals across her best face, but it quickly gives way to respect.
I see you are in serious need of help. You're in luck. If my mistress is with you, then I am with you also.
What's the situation in the city?
The city's gone. Most of the defenders, including the Dragon Terendelev, fell in the first few hours. The civilians either fled or died in the chaos. The place is overrun with cultists and demons.
I'd say Terendelev fell in the first few seconds, wouldn't you? Erebeth slowly drags her hand across her face.
Don't talk like that. Canabras hasn't fallen. Not while it still has defenders like you and me.
Sweet words don't change the grim truth.
No, she's right. Thank you, Knight. Until we no longer have the strength to hold a weapon, until Iomedae abandons us, we will fight for Canabras.
Tell me about the Wardstone. Why is it so important?
The Wardstones are a gift of Iomedae. Created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the Celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras Obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss.
How did the Wardstone end up in the Grey Garrison?
The demons have long laid siege to Canabras, but this time, their lord Dascari appeared in the flesh. He ripped the Wardstone from the ground and hurled it halfway across the city to here. I thought the stone was destroyed, but it seems all is not lost, yet. Dascari has gone, but the Wardstone is surrounded by a horde of those creatures. What are they going to do to it? Nothing good, that's for certain.
But how did he do that? He's a demon! The Wardstone should have burned his filthy hide!
It should have. But what happened, happened. We don't know why.
Let's not waste any time to battle.
That's the spirit! You, take Anevia to the rear. The rest of you with me!
Well, that's a thing to offer about your wife, isn't it, Nell? You heard laboured breathing interspersed with disgruntled muttering. August is holding his rapier hilt with a white-knuckled grip. Bead of sweat trickles down his temple.
Lord Horgus Gwyrm, forgive me. I did not realize we had civilians among us. My people will escort you somewhere safe. To the extent that anywhere in Canabras can be said to be safe right now.
There he goes. Doesn't look like there's anything particularly important here. Nothing there, so we go. Ah. Not completed.
I heard the voice of the spirits.
Nothing. Ah, must be this way.
They will break against our resolve.
No match for me.
It would seem that way, yes.
The light take you!
I'll rip you apart!
Oh, he'll do 4 damage.
I'll cut you wide open.
Oh, coming in.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
They'll beg me to stop!
The spirits demand your blood.
Right. You take them, we'll take these. Hey, I know you, so you're one of these cultists. How's it going, pal? Want to join your lot? We'll be all dead soon, but we'll be alive. You can't. Come on, leave these crusaders are over. Soon the demons will rule the whole world. That would be a foolish mistake, but alright. Here goes nothing, all hail Baphomet. Cowardly traitor, I swear, on the sword of my day you will answer for that.
Save the last one for me.
Bad.
No match for me.
Amronda Gratio!
to the fray! The light, take you!
Five damage.
Go for their hearts!
That was foolish of him.
I'll just sit here.
She's down.
Don't worry about me.
They'll beg me to stop.
So this is
Ow.
how it feels.
That's unfortunate. Alright, well this is a problem. This is indeed a problem.
No match for me.
I wonder what lies
I'll rip you apart!
What? Well, we held the line as far as we... Ow. The big boys are in town.
They'll beg me to stop! No match for me. They'll beg me to stop.
T, go!
No match for me.
That's wizard down.
wherever my legs carry me.
And now it's time for some serious healing. Got 1400 left. Let's see. Can get. Will you please get out of the? I guess you might as well have. Shield of Faith, yes. Nobody needs mage armor. Large person, yes. Maybe another one.
Forwards.
All right.
No, backwards, backwards.
Here we go. That. And it looks like we have a cave-in. Or a collapse, perhaps is a better word. And we're not in a cave, we're not in a mine, it wouldn't be a cave-in.
What's this? Do we have guests? Just in time. The place is a bit of a mess, and I haven't even poured the blood into the goblets yet. Why don't you... Oh!
The face of the demoness could be called pretty if it had eyes. Her mouth slowly widens to a small grin.
What an unexpected surprise! Staunton, my little sweetheart. Long time no see. I've missed you so much. Have you missed me? Admit it. You missed me terribly.
The demon's mouth drops open in surprise and she brings her manicured hand up to cover it.
Marco. You again, you wench!
The aged dwarf from Mirabeth's troop, silent up to now, spits on the floor. Hard and craggy face like a storm-weathered stone twists as if it may.
Minago, the one who... Be careful. She's one of the deadliest creatures in the whole demon horde. She was once responsible for a massacre in Canabras. She must be back to finish what she started.
Staunton, do you know this demon?
Does he know me? Staunton, darling. Tell them all how close we were.
That wench? She's the one who led me astray. She's the reason my life has gone to the abyss. She's the reason why Dresden fell.
The dwarf's voice rasps like rusted metal as he blames others for his own mistakes, it sounds like.
Oh my, like butter wouldn't melt. What I remember is how eagerly you would run to our trysts, how you begged to see me again, how you promised you'd do anything I asked. By your own free will, you said this. And now you claim that Dresden fell because of me. No, my dear. That was entirely your own doing.
Minago threatens Staunton with a dainty clawed
I'll
finger.
beat your lying lips into your filthy throat!
Now, Staunton, don't say things like that. Not about these lips, the ones you kissed so sweetly. Staunton, dearest, don't you love me anymore? Remember how good we were together? I was so hoping that we could patch things up.
I'll kill you!
Well, she's gone.
Yeah!
Get ready for battle. E.
I'll rip you apart!
E. Damage reduction. We know. So they can't actually... I can't touch them all that well. I need to hit other things. Can I attack?
I'll cut you wide open!
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Who Shield of Faith hurt? Amelia. See if we can do that. Actually, you may need to step back if you could. 10 to stretch. Beth goes in.
I wonder what lies beyond.
Oh.
That's it. I'm tired of playing around now. You want to know what will happen when I'm done with the Wardstone? Here's a little demonstration.
We'll dig out holes where your eyes should be and pour hot coals in them.
How inventive.
Powerless rage. I love it. Threaten me more.
Praise Iomade, you woke up. Healing your wounds was easy, but you were unconscious for so long I was starting to worry we'd lost you. We couldn't stand up to the demoness. Her spells were too strong. It's all right. We'll handle it somehow. You blacked out, but Staunton and I managed to get you here to the Defender's Heart. It used to be a tavern, but now it's our headquarters. We're gathering our forces here, and we're preparing to strike back. Demons have been filling Canabras with their spies and infiltrators for a long time. Unfortunately, I don't have enough people to attack the place right now. At least not blindly. I'd be grateful if you snuck in there and scouted out the situation. But just scouting. Don't be a hero. Bad, but not hopeless. We're constantly getting news, and new sources of resistance keep springing up in the districts where everyone seemed to be dead. The survivors are gathering here. You should see them. Their faces, their eyes burning with determination. The city is destroyed, but our resistance is not broken. We will keep fighting. You heard what the demon said. They're going to desecrate the Wardstone and blow up the whole barrier around the World Wound. That would be an even worse disaster than the World Wound's expansion before the Second Crusade. Not only Canabras, but every city with a Wardstone will be destroyed, including the capital. We can't allow that no matter what. We will retake it, even destroy it if we must. Iomede's gift must not become a weapon of the Abyss. The Wardstones are a gift of Iomede, created personally by her herald, a mighty angel, and a general of the celestial armies. The Wardstones keep the World Wound from expanding. They stand along the border of the territory controlled by the demons, creating a barrier to keep them inside. The Canabras obelisk was the first to be placed. It is the key to the whole barrier. We cannot leave it in the hands of those monsters from the Abyss. First of all, we need to decide what to do with the stone once we get it. What I'm about to say is classified. A traveler came to the city recently. A blind elf calling himself the Storyteller. He insisted he be allowed to examine the Wardstone, and he raised the alarm when his study was finished. Even before the demon attack, he had found some damage or flaw in the stone. Prelate Hulrune dismissed his words as nonsense, borderline blasphemy. But between you and me, the prelate's opinion isn't worth much. I think the Storyteller knew what he was talking about. We could use his advice right now, if only we knew where he was. I remember the Storyteller spent a lot of time talking to Staunton, a dwarf from my unit. You saw him during the demon attack. The elf asked him about the history of the Crusades. Maybe the Storyteller told Staunton something about where we could find him if anything happened. There's another problem. After the attack, the demons began to gather their forces at the Grey Garrison. It'll be even harder to take them with a head-on assault. But I once heard soldiers talking about a secret entrance to the garrison. Trouble is, I have no idea where to look for it. While you explore the city, please keep your eyes open, in case you find something we can use. And one last thing. The Eagle Watch has lost a lot of soldiers recently. Some were killed, but others simply haven't been seen since the attack. In the chaos that is now Canabras, it's next to impossible to confirm anything for sure. One of the missing fighters is Janna Aldori, a new recruit in the Watch. She got along well with Sela, and she often went drinking with her. I honestly thought Sela and Janna had died together. But now Sela's returned with you, and there's no sign of Janna. If you learn anything of her whereabouts when you're out in the city, please report back. May the goddess help you. We're still fighting, which means that Canabras still hasn't fallen. If you come across any groups in the city that can fight, send them here to the Defender's Heart. We'll need every fighter we can muster for the final assault. Yes, one more thing. If you're in the area, check out this address. It's our house. Mine and Inevia's. Well, it was our house. If the building is still standing, open the hidden compartment in the kitchen. It's filled with supplies for a rainy day. You can take whatever you find. You have more need of it.